No, it's not. James Freeman, our friend from the Wall Street Journal's editorial page, where he's assistant editor, Fox contributor, joins us right now. James, good to see you again. Haven't talked to you in a while. And as Jackie says, it was busy at the Supreme Court. I think for investors, they look at these types of things at this time in an election year, and everybody's trying to hedge their bets and figure out whether a decision like this, the idea that Cy Vance, the Manhattan DA, will at some point maybe get access to the president's financial records, makes it any more or less likely the president gets reelected. Does it?
Yeah, I don't think it's short term. It's a big market issue. This probably pushes everything past the election. But for those investors who are thinking about the long-term health of the United States, and I think this goes for voters as well, you have to think about how much power you want to give Congress or a local prosecutor to harass the president, even if it's, it may be a president you don't like at this moment. In the future, maybe it's one you like, and you'd hope that the president would be able to carry out his duties without this kind of constant legal harassment.
So the takeaway is, if you're a Democrat, be careful what you wish for. This could be a President Biden in 2021 with Republicans going after him.
Well, that's exactly right. I know a lot of voters would like to see tax returns. I think as a voter, it's nice to get more information, but it has not been a requirement. It has not been a legal requirement. And as on the specific issue of the Manhattan DA, where we don't even know what hypothetical crime he's investigating, Justice Alito points out in his dissent there are more than 2,300 local prosecutors in the United States. Do we really want all of them to be able to engage the presidency in a fishing expedition?
Now, as I said, a lot of this is read in a way, and as you say, this may not have an effect this way, about how it might affect the election. And, the market is trying to figure that out. And for a while now, as you know, it's looked in the polls, and could be wrong, but it's looked like Joe Biden is more likely to win than Donald Trump. And the market's been, fine for the most part. We're down a little bit today. We're going to talk in detail about what former Vice President Biden said in Pennsylvania later in the show. But you posted a column on the Journal's website this afternoon about it, talking about Biden's bigger government. And I want you to talk a little bit about what you think we'll see from Vice President Biden. You were talking about how he promises Obama-style taxes and red tape, plus Trump-style trade fights, which I know has been one issue that you've not necessarily seen eye to eye with the current president on. And I guess Biden's not a free trader either.
Yeah, thanks, Connell. I think it's got to be a concern. You mentioned investors. Given all of the monetary stimulus, we don't really know what to make of stock prices. But I think certainly one thing that has been supporting them is the idea that, okay, Biden may be for more taxes and regulation, but we're going to get some trade peace. And I think his new message, basically adopting the Trump message on trade, suggests that you're not going to get a lot of pro-growth stimulus there either, or pro-growth incentives. If it's trade fights plus higher taxes, higher corporate tax rates, more regulation, it's hard to see where the growth would come from in a Biden presidency.
Yeah, the timing is curious, because you figure, hypothetically, he'd be coming in at a time when the virus is still the story, right? And we're still trying to stimulate the economy, and you're trying to bring growth about, and these necessarily might not be the politics or the policies that do that. And the investors, to some extent, have been looking at it and saying, you know what, he's not going to go nuts with the tax hikes and all the rest at first. But, they could be proven wrong by that. He might.
Well, I think it should strike people as kind of weird, given where the economy is, that he has not backed off at all from the $4 trillion tax hike plan. And it looks like we're going to get more, given the new spending that's tied to his announcements today.
Yeah, you're right. More again on Biden in a few minutes from Pennsylvania. But it's interesting, because that's the prism people are seeing things through these days. James, good to see you again. James Freeman. Jackie, back over to you.